Hey, how is it going? So yeah, my plan is to create a sort of podcast slash vlog slash sort of whatever this is kind of situation. Um, it's just a way of like, I guess, sort of cynically, just a way of like creating content, but also just like, I don't know, I want to get used to being able to sort of talk to the camera and I think it might help with this. And yeah, it's just a way of sort of like a vlog or a diary of whatever, of what I'm up to. And yeah, I'm thinking of calling the podcast Danny Rowan is Having So Much Fun. And it's just going to be a kind of me talking about the things I'm interested in, which people who know me, probably like in recent years, you probably like know me as an electronic musician, composer, sound designer type person. Like I make kind of ambient sort of noise scapes, sort of inspired by like kind of art house cinema like David Lynch and people like Brian Eno and Tim Hecker and sort of kind of all music that's kind of, I don't know, weird and wonderful, slightly strange, slightly unsettling, kind of inspired by like horror soundtracks and so on. And if you've ever seen Eraserhead by David Lynch, that's like a real touchstone. And I recently discovered that like that's actually a massive touchstone for like many ambient artists and sound artists and so on, which I hadn't realized. But yeah, it makes total sense. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for like a good chunk of the last few years. And yeah, that sort of culminated with a few sort of kind of collaborative stuff I did. Like I scored a short experimental film called An Abyss Appears in the Middle of Its Body, I think, which was named after a poem of the same name. But it was like a kind of piece that was supposed to sort of evoke like icebergs and sort of ice flows and stuff. Anyway, I was quite pleased with that. And I've also worked with Vera Drew on the film The People's Joker, which came out this year. Kind of a cult, kind of smash hit sort of thing, although I don't think she likes the phrase. I don't think she likes using the phrase cult hit. But yeah. That's been the path I've been sort of like ploughing, I suppose. And I've been like, yeah, sort of putting all my eggs in the basket of that, sort of in terms of my creative endeavors. But kind of running alongside that has been an interest in comedy and stand-up comedy. And it's something that I've dabbled with in the past. Like growing up, I used to be really into like comedy sketches and Monty Python and, you know, Airplane and The Naked Gun and sort of spoofs and stuff. And, you know, me and my friends used to like make little recordings. I had this little tape recorder thing, dictaphone, and we'd make these little sketches that we kind of improvised. And later on, I sort of, yeah, like later on, I would write sketches on my own and send them off to people. I think Rory Bremen, I had some kind of political satire show on in the, I don't know when this would have been, to be honest, I guess early noughties. I don't really know when it was. Anyway, none of them got picked up or anything. They were all, you know, quite sort of bad, I think, and you know, just not very good, and unsurprisingly. And then in late 2007, I did a stand-up comedy open mic in Bristol. At the time, I was sort of doing kind of lots of open mic gigs as a singer-songwriter, and because I was into kind of folk and like Leonard Cohen, Bob Dylan, stuff like that. And yeah, I won Christmas. There was like a Christmas sort of special of the event of the night, this open mic night, and I decided, because I was into comedy and stuff, I decided to do a set myself. And yeah, I don't really remember like what jokes I told, but I guess it was sort of my attempt at being kind of doing sort of, I guess, kind of edgy comedy that's sort of designed to kind of alienate the audience. And you know, surprise, surprise, it actually had that effect of alienating the audience. And, you know, and I just like did that. And, you know, obviously it bombed. And I remember my friend saying to me afterwards that he said, "It's really good." I was like, "But nobody laughed." And he was like, "Yes, but the silence spoke volumes." And yeah, I don't know, like I guess I didn't think about it that consciously, but I guess I just never got back on the horse, so to speak. And I still continue my interest in comedy. I like in 2012 there was I think it was More Four or something like four, not 4AD. I think it was used to be called More Four, and then I think there was something else. Anyway, they had a kind of, I guess, like segment where they would sort of encourage, or strand, like where they would sort of encourage new comedy writers, I guess. And they had a sketch writing competition around the sort of opening of the 2012 Olympic Games, and I submitted a few things for that, and I like got runner up. So, you know, came in second, and obviously someone else won it, and I think they got their like sketch produced and stuff. Anyway, you know, I getting running up was kind of cool. But again, this is 2012, and I guess, you know, just where I was in my life, I was just kind of a bit sort of not very together, depressed, not sure what to do, very lacking confidence and stuff. And yeah, very, very recently, sort of fast forwarding to like recent months, I finally, after a many years wait, actually got got a diagnosis of ADHD, and that led to me getting prescribed like ADHD meds, and which I've been on for like a month now, and it's really just freed up my capacity to like organize my thoughts and do things, and it's kind of boosted my confidence in a kind of big way as well, and like it's just changed how I sort of see myself in a way. I feel so much more outgoing. I sort of kind of half joke to my friends that like I used to consider myself to be an introvert, but now like I feel like my meds have turned me into an extrovert. And I just have this really strong desire to like be entertaining, to pursue this comedy thing, pursue stand-up comedy in particular, but I'm also interested in like improvisational comedy. Used to be a big fan of Whose Line Is It Anyway? I always like love it when comics do crowd work and improv stuff, and even shows that are like stuff that is even like partially improvised. Like I'm a massive fan of The Cinema, and the stuff that Tim Heidecker does. People like Neil Hamburger. And I'm also a massive fan of Limmy and his streams and his sketches and stuff and his writings. And anyway, I guess I'm sort of making this kind of pivot into stand-up comedy and comedy in general. And yeah, I'm not like abandoning my interest in music or electronic music at all. I'm still going to pursue that, but I just have this, I really just think I have this urge to like do something that's entertaining and funny and puts me center stage and is about me and my personality, I guess, and who I am and stuff. And so this sort of podcast vlog thingy is like how I'm trying to glue it all together by just like creating a forum where I can talk and talk about what I'm up to and my progress and stuff. And I'll probably do some like, I don't know, I've had an idea of doing some like reaction type videos and on various things, music and comedy maybe, or just making content that's sort of hopefully entertaining and amusing as well. And like trying to fit my music into that as well. Like, again, like Limmy's someone who's really good at fitting his music into, that is my cat trying to get in the door. He's very good at like fusing his music with his comedy as well. So anyway, that's all that really. And yeah, hoping that this vlog thingy will be good, and I hope that you will find it interesting too. And I'd like to do like interview people as well, and kind of podcasty stuff in general. So I guess watch this space in terms of stuff that is going to come out soon, I suppose. And thank you for humoring me. Bye.